Okay, welcome to back. In previous lecture, we discussed about the various cycle, that is nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, oxygen cycles, and now we see the how organism take place in the part of this recycling of the this main element, that is carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, various process through replenishing and recycling of this element. Now, remaining part of our chapter, that is energy flow in ecosystems. Okay, heading tells about that is energy flow, that is what is how flow of energy take place. एनर्जी फ्लो कसा होतो याच्यामध्ये इकोसिस्टीममध्ये, त्याचा आपण याच्यामध्ये स्टडी करणार आहोत. तो यू नो दॅट इन द इकोसिस्टीम the source of energy is the sun is the source of the energy. From the sun's energy in the form of light energy, it comes on the earth. Okay, then this energy is trapped by the green plant, which is known as the autotroph, and this green plant converts this light energy into the chemical energy. Okay, when they convert light energy into the chemical energy, this chemical energy is stored in the form of glucose, starch. Okay, these are eaten by the herbivorous animal. Then these herbivorous animals are eaten by the primary consumers. Then these primary consumers are eaten by the secondary consumers, and now secondary by the tertiary consumers. Likewise, this energy is flow is that this energy flow is unidirectional. Okay, you can say that this flow of energy is they have particular direction, that is the particular direction is the unidirectional, but not at all energy. That's if in the producer's energy is present, that is 100%, this not intact go to the second step, that is primary consumer. This will be go, that is a 10%. Okay, then the 1% and 0.01%. Remaining of the energy is lost in the form of heat. Okay, is lost in the form of heat, as well as this some of energy is used for the metabolic reactions. These are used for the metabolic reactions. Likewise, this happens in the ecosystems. This is known as the flow of energy in the ecosystem. We can see deeply. An ecosystem is closely integrated unit of organisms and their biotic and abiotic environment. Okay, ecosystem is, you know, that is a biotic and abiotic component are the important component of the ecosystems. The existence of all living organisms, those organisms that are present in the ecosystems depends on the two things. First is the energy and second is the metabolisms. These two are the two aspects are important. First is the energy and second is the metabolite. The existence of all the living organisms, this existence, the living जे इकोसिस्टम मध्ये जे ऑर्गॅनिझम्स आहेत त्याचं एक्झिस्टन्स असेल किंवा त्यांचं जिवंत राहणं हे कशावरती डिपेंड आहे, तर त्याला मिळणारी एनर्जी, की जी एनर्जी फूडच्या फॉर्ममध्ये मिळते, आणि दुसरं म्हणजे ती फूड घेतल्यामुळे जी एनर्जी मिळते त्यामुळे ज्या शरीरातल्या ज्या मेटाबॉलिक रिॲक्शन्स आहेत त्या कंडक्ट कशा प्रकारे होतात त्यावरती त्या ऑर्गॅनिझमचं एक्झिस्टन्स डिपेंड असतं. ओके, फ्लो ऑफ एनर्जी इज युनिडायरेक्शनल. आय टोल्ड दॅट की एनर्जी फ्लो हा जो आहे इकोसिस्टम मधला, दिस इज द युनिडायरेक्शनल. फ्लो ऑफ एनर्जी इज अ युनिडायरेक्शनल, देअरफॉर नॉट अवेलेबल फॉर द रिसायकलिंग. देअरफॉर energy can be transferred in the one way, therefore there is a no issue for the recycling. Okay, you cannot recycling any energy. While metabolism running in cyclic manner, but metabolic reaction, that is Kelvin cycle, C3 cycle, C4 cycle, citric acid cycle, all these cycles are present in the body. These are the run in the cyclic manner, hence not are exhaustibles. These are not exhaustibles. Okay, flow of energy in is unidirectional. This is important sentence. This will be the ask for the university exams. Ecosystem starts operating with the influx of radiant energy of suns. Okay, you know that in ecosystem main energy of the source is the suns. Main energy of the sun is the suns. Ecosystems start operating with the influx of radiant energy of the suns. Okay, this is the sun. The energy, that is the energy comes from sun, is in the form of light energy. Okay, and this light energy is trapped by the green plant, which converted into the chemical energy. We know that only 40% of the total output of the sun energy reaches the surface of the earth. Okay, only जेवढी सूर्याची आपल्याला सूर्यापासून ऊर्जा मिळते त्यातली फक्त 14% सन एनर्जी ही काय होते, सूर्याच्या सरफेस म्हणजे आपल्या पृथ्वीच्या सरफेसपर्यंत पोहोचते. फक्त 14%, ओनली 40% ऑफ द टोटल आउटपुट सन एनर्जी इज रिचेस टू द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ. ओके, बाकीचे काय होते मग, रिफ्लेक्ट होऊन जाते. वरती ओझोन लेअर आहे त्याच्यापासून बरेच रिफ्लेक्ट होत असते. बरं, समुद्र आहेत बराच मोठा, कारण त्याने जवळपास 71-72% जागा व्यापलेल्या आहेत, त्यावरती सूर्यप्रकाशची किरणं पडतात, ती रिफ्लेक्ट होत असतात. ओके, त्याच्यामध्ये काय म्हटलंय, फक्त 14% एनर्जी आहे फक्त काय होते, रिसीव्ह केले जाते बाय द अर्थ. अँड अबाउट त्यातल्या 14% मधली अबाउट 1 to 5%, ओनली 1 to 5% ऑफ solar energy is trapped by green plants. This solar energy is trapped by the green plant out of 1 to 5%. During photosynthesis process मध्ये जे लाईट एनर्जी जी आवश्यकता आहे ती फक्त 1 ते 5% ही लाईट एनर्जीचं काय केलं, ॲब्सॉर्प्शन केलं जातं. Where it is converted into the chemical form of energy. This light energy is converted into the chemical form of energy by the producers. It is radiant energy. It is radiant energy of suns that keeps the wheel of the life running. It is a radiant energy of the suns. की ह्या एनर्जीमुळे जी प्रोसेस आहे की लाईट एनर्जीचं कन्व्हर्जन केमिकल एनर्जीमुळे, ज्याच्यामुळे फूड प्रोडक्शन होतं, जे फूड प्रोडक्शनमुळे अदर ऑर्गॅनिझम हे त्याच्यावरती फीड करतात आणि त्याच्या मेटाबॉलिक रिॲक्शन ज्या शरीरावरचे आहेत ते पूर्ण करू शकतात. देअरफॉर हेअर कॉल्ड ॲज द दिस रॅडियंट एनर्जी ऑफ दिस सन्स कीप द फील ऑफ द लाईफ टर्निंग्स. ओके, जी लाईफ आहे ते कंटिन्यू करायचं काम हे करण्याचं त्या रॅडियंट एनर्जीचं आहे. एनर्जी फ्लो इज द ट्रान्सफर ऑफ एनर्जी फ्रॉम, अँड व्हॉट इज दिस एनर्जी फ्लो? वी कॅन सी एनर्जी फ्लो इज द नथिंग बट द ट्रान्सफर ऑफ एनर्जी फ्रॉम ऑर्गॅनिझम टू ऑर्गॅनिझम्स. When plant absorb light, converting to the chemical energy, these are eaten by the herbivorous. Then energy transformed from producers to the herbivorous. When these herbivorous eat by the primary consumers, okay, then energy transfer from the herbivorous to the primary consumers. Then primary consumers are eaten by secondary consumers. Then energy transfer from the primary to the secondary. When tertiary consumers eat secondary consumers, then energy transfer from the secondary consumer to the tertiary consumers. When tertiary consumers is die, the dead decaying organic matter like the actinomycete, bacteria, fungi, then energy from tertiary to the goes to the parasite, hyperparasite. Likewise, energy flow from one organism to organism. This is the flow is the unidirectional. It start from, okay, आता मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की दिस एनर्जी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ग्रीन प्लांट विच ट्रॅप सोलार एनर्जी ड्युरिंग फोटोसिंथेसिस. ओके, दिस ट्रान्सफर ऑफ एनर्जी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द producers green plant which trap the light energy and convert into chemical energy through the photosynthesis process. Therefore green plants are called as energy fixer or producer. Therefore we call it as the green plant as the producers. They provide energy directly or indirectly to all the life forms. Therefore it is called as all flesh in grass. The plants are eaten by herbivores. Then we know that these plants are eaten by the herbivorous animal. These plants are eaten by herbivores, that is the primary consumers, and thus the food energy is transferred. The food energy is transferred from producer to the primary consumers. Then the primary consumers are eaten by the secondary consumers. Thus, along with food energy is transferred from primary consumer to the secondary consumers. Okay, when primary consumers is eaten by secondary consumer, then energy transferred from primary to the secondary. Then secondary consumers is eaten by tertiary consumers. Then energy transfer from secondary consumer to the tertiary consumer take place. In this way, food energy ultimately reaches to the top order consumers. Likewise, from the producers to the energy reaches to the tertiary consumers in the linear chain, in the unidirectional. The successive stages of organism like producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers and tertiary consumer through which food energy passes in ecosystem constitute the different trophic levels. Likewise, this is the successive stage. We can say that this primary producers to the tertiary consumer. This is the successive stages, and this is the tropical structure. Okay, this is the tropical level. You know that the successive stages of organism like producers, primary consumers, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumers. These are for the successive stage of the energy transfer. Okay, this is having important role in the energy transfer. At each trophic level, energy goes on decreasing. But here one important thing is consider that this is a not energy intact from that is a plant can trap 1 to 5% solar energy. This not energies at all, not energies transferred to the primary consumers. From the primary consumers, not at all energy is transferred from secondary consumers. Okay, because half of the energy, you can say, or 90% of the energy is lost in the form of heat, as well as this energy is used for their metabolic reactions. At each tropic level, energy goes on decreasing. Therefore, we call it as the at each tropic level, this energy goes decreasing, because some energy is utilized by organisms. Some energy is utilized by organism at each tropic level, and considerable amount of energy is lost in the form of energy, in the form of heat. Why this energy goes on decreasing? Because some energy is utilized by organism. This energy is used for their metabolic reaction in the form of ATP. Sometimes this energy is stored in the form of fats, okay, lipids, and some of energy is lost from the heat. Since there is a leakage in the flow of energy at each tropic level, therefore leakage in the flow of energy at each tropic level, the energy goes on reducing and ultimately is lost the surrounding. Hence, it is not available for the recycles. Due to this energy is used in the metabolic reactions, okay, as well as the lost in the form of heat, we cannot capture this heat, we cannot control the metabolic reactions. Therefore, we are unable, that is the nature are unable, are recycling this energy. Okay, therefore energy cannot be created, not be used to try, it can flow from one organism to two organisms. This cannot be recycles. This is the importance. Now diagrammatically we can see here, this is a very good diagram. Okay, this is the sun, this is the sun, this is the main source of the light. From this source light energy comes, okay. Only 1 to 5% is this light falls on the earth's surface, okay, and 95% is lost, okay. Then producers this fixed light energy converted into chemical energy, okay. We can see this producer have the 100% of energy. Now we can here producer having the 100% of energy. Then this 100% energy, when these producers are eaten by the primary consumers, only 10% energy is transferred from producers to the primary consumers. When these primary consumers are the herbivorous animals, out of 10% they can use for their metabolism. Some of the energy is lost in the form of heat, okay. Therefore, only when these secondary consumers eat primary consumers, only 1% energy is transferred to the secondary consumers. Only 1%, 9% energy is go. Only 1% is transferred from primary consumer to the secondary consumers. Then when these secondary consumers are eaten by the tertiary consumers, and these tertiary consumers having only 1% of energy, okay, out of which 90% will be the lost as is in the form of heat or used for the metabolic reaction. Therefore, only 0.1%, we can say here only 0.1% energy is used by the this transfer to the tertiary consumer from the secondary consumers, okay. Out of 90% loss of energy, 95% in the form of heat. Then last is the trace consumers, that is fungi, bacteria, decomposers. When the tertiary organisms are dead, their dead body is degraded by the parasite, hyperparasite, that is a fungi, bacteria. Only trace amount of energy, that is a 0.0001% energy is transformed from the tertiary consumer to the these decomposers, okay. Therefore, we can say that at each tropic level, that means primary, secondary, tertiary consumer, decomposer, at each tropic level energy is lost and energy goes decreasing from producers to the tertiary consumers, okay. 90% of energy is lost in the form of heat, okay. This will be the ask for the MCQ, that is energy flow is unidirectional, okay. You can see the energy flow is unidirectional, and each tropic level energy is decreasing, okay. This is about the flow of energy in the ecosystem. The remaining part we can see in the next lecture, okay. I hope all this doubt will be clear.